Now first off, on Friday we had the great privilege to be hosted by Rehua Marae in central Christchurch, and I know especially for our international participants this was an amazing opportunity to get an insight into the importance of tangata whenua Māori. Following the opening ceremony at the marae, we had the great honour to be able to send all the young participants out here on community service projects. They allowed for our participants to come together in a very unique environment to explore the meaning of community service, but also as a really unique chance to get to know each other and to get to know each other's stories in this informal setting. We wanted our diverse range of participants to share their experiences, to really tell the in-depth details of what they'd been through in so many different types of disasters.
At the age of 12, I was a victim of a landslide. Few people survived, and I was one of them. And I lost my dad, my mom, and my sister.
My mom and I, we went outside to the clinic to get a medicine for my grandma. And on the way back, we were hit by the big wave. The wave hit her and took her away, and there were lots of people and cars and stuff. Still, I had hope that maybe my mom would hold on a tree or something, you know. And I feel bad that I didn't help her.
I woke up, I went to university, and my friends told me that you just slept through a 7.6 Richter scale earthquake. The government announced at the end of the day that about 100 people have died. Fast forward 3 months, 79,000 people had lost their lives.
Well, in February I was in school, and school normally finishes at 12 o'clock, so I was actually just in the library, very happy and with friends, and then all of a sudden the earthquake struck, 12:51, computers fell off all the desks, there was panic and mayhem. Public notices were going out to the people of Christchurch, and a lot of deaf people were relying on hearing people for information. There was quite a lot of lobbying for interpreters to be on the television, and then finally there was some success and interpreters were on the telly with those debriefings, and that was really great because it didn't mean we had to rely on our hearing friends to tell us everything that was happening, which can be very frustrating.
The tsunami which happened on Boxing Day was also a Buddhist holiday for Sri Lanka, so most people, they were in temple, and most of the temples were actually located near the ocean line, and all of a sudden the waves came. It caught everyone by total surprise, and that's one big reason for the immense death toll. That's 35,000 people, and we actually got a warning from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center in Hawaii, but it never reached the people. I would not have lost an uncle, I would not have lost a friend, I would not have lost a teacher if we had the right warning and we had the right education.
So the first workshop we did was looking at disaster as an opportunity. Despite the fact it's tragedy, through disaster we often get the opportunity to make change, positive change. And when it comes to youth, I think they can take a real pivotal role.
After the tsunami, I started doing whatever I can to help my family and myself and my people, my friends, to survive, to live a better life.
I joined Red Cross. I'm a member, and I'm also a member of Chuk Youth Council.
Participation is the biggest one, just getting us involved. Getting them to the table and even saying hello, because we're really shy. Unless we see one of ourselves there, we don't really want to go over there. You'll notice that a lot of us, we've all just clinged together. We've never met each other before, a lot of us Pacific people.
So as you see on our boards along here, we've got a bit of a rainbow of post-it notes. What these notes represent is young people's wishes and desires for how they want their future communities to look.
I'm Arts Director for the forum, and I really wanted to give the participants an opportunity to share their experiences creatively and visually. I think it's going to be a part of the healing process for them individually, but also get their minds thinking beyond just the obvious answers to rebuilding. And I think visual arts and physical movement and dance is a way that we can process that grief in a safe way. So the symbolism behind this coat is twofold. Firstly, we wanted everybody to have an opportunity to share their experience, and then the second element is we wanted to create some sort of physical memory of this weekend.
This is truly a youth-led event, and that's very important to note. UNESCO worked hard to create the space for the young people to come together, but young people have led the planning committee, young people have made it happen, and the young participants made it a success.
All of a sudden there was a massive shift in how young people were perceived. After, for example, like the volunteer army here, the volunteer response in Queensland to the floods, and we've heard the same about what's been happening in the Philippines and in Vietnam, that young people are now perceived as having something to contribute.
Immediately following the September earthquake, when Sam started the Student Volunteer Army, the local government and New Zealand Army were deeply concerned about the perceived associated risks with young people volunteering in disaster. It was sheer persistence, compromise and cooperation and occasional blind disregard for the rules that helped Sam and the team through these issues to the point where, ironically, the Earthquake Helpline, Counselling Helpline, EQC and the Council Call Centre all started referring citizens back to us for assistance.
It's been a good experience. Like, it's teaching me on how I can make a change in my own community and how to approach our elders in a respectful way.
When the tsunami happened, there was no huge youth uprising, which as that happened in Christchurch, and I think that's a huge opportunity for us to learn, and I'm really hoping to take that experience back to Sri Lanka.
The action plans that we set out here are grassroots initiatives. We want people to start with something small and build up, and then just eventually influence other people in their community to do something post-disaster.
What we'd like to do is increase the participation of Pacific Island and Maori youth in disaster management on their islands and in the region.
We call our action plan Disaster Resilience Through Trade Aid.
Real Life Resilience is a film and photo competition which we hope will allow people all over the world to show how their world was affected by a natural disaster.
Our basic idea is to create a community network for sharing information and experience about natural disasters, starting with social media.
I have absolutely no doubt that the action plans will be implemented and that these people will continue on with this work. The fact that I think we've started something or created the space for the young people to start something that will sustain itself, I think that's fantastic.
I think what I really appreciate are the connections that everybody's made. I think that's going to be the pathway to the future and community resilience, because everyone's going to be able to share their stories and help one another.
Thanks to the UNESCO, because if I didn't come to this forum, I won't be able to talk about my story.
It's exceeded all of our expectations.
We thank and applaud UNESCO for bringing us together, and we commit ourselves to implementing our action plans. We ask that UNESCO continue to support these crucial youth forums. They provide a unique platform for us to reflect on our own experiences, network and share ideas with people from around the world. It has taken many natural disasters to bring us all together, but now that we're all here, let's go forward together. Kia ora, thank you.